Hello. I thought I would do another puzzle. Today is December 15th, and I'll be playing Bongo on Puzzmo. Today's Bongo is by Meghan, who's a filmmaker. I'll have to look into her work after this. But this will be Bongo, and let's get going. We're already into the game. So, the way to play Bongo is you are given a set of tiles. Each tile has a score, kind of like Scrabble. And your goal is to come up with five-letter words, 5 or fewer letter words, and to try to maximize your score. So if I was to spell a word like ham, for example, I would get 95 points because 95 is 50 plus 5 plus 40. That's the sum of the letters in ham. I would also get this Puzzmo bonus, which is, I think, 30%, and that's based on whether or not you have a common word. There's one more rule, which is that there's an additional word that you can make going down using this this sort of orange to blue line. And there are some bonuses. So, for example, if I was to spell ham here, I would get a lot more points than I just had. I would have 2 times 50. But those are the rules, and it took us a minute to get there. Let's just start playing and trying to get a high score, as high a score as possible. So, generally, the way that I do that is I start with the bonuses, including this word, this blue and orange line, and I take my highest scoring letters and I try to figure out what could go where. We don't have too many high scoring letters. The H is 50 points, the M's are 40 points, the K is 60 points, and then we have some N's that are 20 points. If the N's don't get onto the bonuses, I'm probably okay with that, but maybe we should try to get the K onto this 3 times score, if we can do that. And then maybe we could try to get something else. Is a word? HMM. Really? Puzzmo recognizes HMM as a word. I wonder if it recognizes HM as a word. It's funny because I've probably said that word since the video has started anyway. I just wouldn't have expected it to be recognized in that way. Anyway, but what are we going to do? We have a lot of E's. We're going to need to use some E's. And we're going to need, if we're going to want to put a word here, we're going to need at least one vowel in it. If I was to put an H here, for example, and I was to put an M here, for example, then maybe I would want an M and an N, and I could try to spell like name, although chem isn't a word, so I need something a little bit better here. Do I have an L? I could maybe do something like, if I'm spelling ankle correctly, which I don't know if I am. Oh, but that would put an E on the 2 times here. I really want the K on this 3 times. But I'm going to need to figure out a way to get a higher scoring letter on the 2 times. I'd really be wasting this bonus if I was to put an E there. E is almost our lowest scoring tile. I didn't talk about this, but there's also a bonus tile, which if we use, it'll probably just be for fun. But let's think. So can we think of a word? Can I think of a word that has a K here and ends in an M? Ends in an M. The only word I can think of is skim at this moment. This would be handling these bonuses pretty well. When you have this line should sort of be thought as though every letter along it has a 2 times bonus, because I can spell a word twice using this I, for example. If I was to spell I don't know, skim, and then I don't know how this is going to work. Maybe like slit or something. Then the letter that's in the middle, this I here, would be used twice. So all of the letters along this line should really be thought of as though they have a 2 times bonus. So with that, it's really more like this is a 3 times, this is a 2 times, and this is a 2 times. So if I was to put the K here, maybe I wouldn't need to worry so much if there was an E there, because, if it was like this, it would be the same point value, sort of. Be the same point value, sort of. But I don't like this idea that I have an I at the end of this word. That's just going to be very difficult for me. If I was to go for skim, for example. Let's see what we can do. I really want the K on this 3 times. What did I have before? Did I have, like, ankle? Was that the word? Is that how ankle is spelt? The thing about ankle is that it just uses an L on one of the 2 times squares and an E on one of the other 2 times squares. That's just like a lot of low scoring letters on bonus tiles. So we could try something else. I still want the K there, and I don't know if I'm going to be willing to quit until I figure out how to get the K here. I don't like skim. I think scam is spelled with a C. But maybe there's something else we could do. If I could put an E here, I'd feel much better about things. If I could figure out a way, K-E-M. I would feel much better about things this way. Because then I could do something like home, except I don't have an O. I doubt hame is a word. I don't like this idea that I would be guessing words. Okay, so here's an example of a word without the Puzzmo bonus. Hame is, I guess, a recognized word by someone, but it is not one of these high frequency in the English language words where we would get the Puzzmo 30% bonus. So let's not do hame for many reasons. Let's not do hame, whatever that is. We need to figure this out better. Ken is, I guess, also a word that can be used not like a proper noun. There's got to be some way of going about this. How do we get a K here with maybe like an M at the end, with something in between where it's not, where I really want like an E in between here. If this was an E, I'd be much happier. But I'm not sure of many words that end in K-E-M. Take-em is not a word. It's like a contraction from maybe like a Western or something. But that would have checked some boxes if it was. I want an M here. I'd be all right with an H here. Meh. Meh is a word. I recognize meh. I'm feeling meh. I'm not feeling meh. I feel like, almost 8 minutes in. This is going to be a long video. But let's see if we can get it better. But how? How? I feel like as soon as we get we figure out this bonus situation, the rest of the puzzle is going to be much easier. I feel like that's the case. I could make this an N, and then I could make this like taken. That I might be comfortable with. That uses it. So what am I losing here? Now I'm trying to do some points math. Because maybe it would be easier if this was an H instead of a K, for example. I've been trying to put the K on this 3 times. But if I put the H on the 3 times, I might be doing all right if I put this K on a different 2 times. In that case, what would happen? I would be losing 30 points in this transaction because of the fact that 3 times 60 is 180, 3 times 50 is 150, so I'd be losing 30 points in this transaction. But then we also have to think about the 2 times, right? So if I did, if this H was on a 2 times, then I'd be getting 100 points. And if the K was on the 2 times, I'd be getting 120 points. So I'm actually only losing 10 points that way. So maybe it's not a big, problem for me if I was to put the H on the 3 times instead. if that meant that I could get, for example, an M here. If I can get maybe an M there, that would be helpful. Or rather, it might make up for some of these points. And then maybe I could do like take. Maybe I could put the M here or something. This is a way where we could get more of our high scoring letters on the bonuses and get some higher point values. I don't think Shem is a word. It's a name in the Bible, I think. It's like Noah's grandson. But it is not recognized by Puzzmo as a word, so we will not use it. Shem. Them is a word. I'm not going to spend time trying to make this bigger. I'm going to spend time, I think, trying to figure out. Minx is. It kind of jumped up and down. I wonder if that was one of the words that the puzzle setter used. Although I think that those are supposed to be purple when they appear. Okay. I feel pretty good about this, actually. If I could get it like this. I don't actually want the A or the E on this bonus. I'd prefer it if it was like an I. We're definitely going to need some vowels on this line because words have vowels in them, at least in English. But A is one of our lower scoring vowels. I is one of our higher scoring vowels. So if I could do tyke, for example, which is recognized by Puzzmo as a word, that would be higher scoring than take. I would get the double on the I. I could risk it and try Nike, which is, of course, not a word, probably for good reasons. That is a brand. Okay. Tyke, minx, them. I've already got 656 points, and I'm beating the par score. So maybe I'm comfortable with this. And then how about like lent? This is, again, biblical, possibly even a proper noun, and is very low scoring. But they appear to recognize it. And then does lent? Oh, lent isn't like the past tense of lend. Lent? Yes. Okay. I have an I here. What are we going to do with this? Well, a sari is a form of dress, and I wonder if it can be pluralized like saris. Yes. All right. And now, provided I'm spelling this right, I think you can leer at someone, which means to stare at them very hard. All right. All right. And now, we only have 796 points. That's actually pretty low, I think. For many of these boards, you can get up to about 1,000. But I don't want to spend too much time playing this today. We're already 13 minutes into the puzzle. And I might be willing to call it here unless I could figure out some smart way of moving things around to get something higher scoring. It's going to be difficult with saris. It's also going to be difficult with lent. I don't know if I can do any better with this board. Sometimes at the end I just kind of like say, yeah, this letter could go here, this one could go here, let's mix up them, but I don't think this board can be shifted to be any better. 796 points. I wish I could get at least something else. I don't know, 800. I wish I could do like ether, E-T-H-E-R, but that would actually be losing points, I think, with this M. So this might be the best that I can do at this moment, and I've taken enough time where I think maybe I should just wrap it up and see how we did. 796 points. I wonder what the high scores today are. I wonder if they're around 1,000. Bongo by Meghan Leone. I'll read that in a second. Oh, global rank 249. See, I bet that they're really the high scores. I may need to move this up. I don't know where my video is going to go. The high scores are only 837. So I was only like 41 points away from the max. I wonder how you squeeze 41 more points into this. I wonder if some people figured out a way to get the K onto the 3 times. That would have been good. Let's see what Meghan has to say. As a regular and often unaware smirker, I enjoy all expressions that betray a variety of internal machinations. If you're looking for a darkly comedic holiday film, I wrote and co-directed a feature called Night Drive. It's available on a variety of streaming platforms, not to be confused with the Indian film of the same name. Okay, so we can check out Night Drive. That would kind of be fun. But what were the words that this puzzle was built out of? Can I do that here? Sneer. Okay, which kind of looks like leers. I see. Sneer, teeth, smirk, smile. I don't think I had any expressions in there. And at 4 p.m. they'll reveal another word unless it's been found by somebody else. Anyway, that was a fun video and puzzle. Thank you for watching if you got this far, and you should go check out Bongo on Puzzmo. It's a new game within the last month, I think, and it's fun. It's this mind-bending game where you play against yourself to get the highest score, and you're never comfortable submitting like I am, and yeah, it's a good thing to do. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.